Hi everyone, welcome back again. We're just going to run through today what is in our travel kit. So it will vary depending on where we're going, but we'll run through everything, tell you whether we take it or not. Leave some comments if you've got some other suggestions or other tips to help people out. So let's get right into it. So one of the first things that we make sure that we take when we're travelling to Southeast Asian, South Pacific, those types of places, always make sure we've got some hand sanitizer. Take at least one each, particularly in Southeast Asian countries. Most of them, if you do run out, this is actually pretty cheap to buy at your local convenience stores. But we always take the one to start with. Travelling Western type countries, say within Australia, maybe New Zealand, places like that, we probably actually wouldn't even take that with us. So that's one thing. Southeast Asian countries again, about 2 weeks before we start taking these, and we'll take them with us as well, one every day. Easy to find, usually good prices at places like Chemist Warehouse, or if you wait for Coles and Woolworths to have a sale, you normally get them for about half their normal price, so potentially $20 or less, and that will last you a while. Supposedly is designed to help you avoid getting traveller's diarrhea. So Bali, Southeast Asia, a power adapter. I know probably a lot of these places you can get them quite cheap over there, but it's just handy to have one with you so you don't have to be worrying about it. You obviously got the power point, and this particular one has a couple of USB ports on top of it. But then we also have these little kits. Because let's face it, most things that we use these days are all USB chargers. So little travel hub with the 2 USB ports on that one, and this is all interchangeable, so you Bali European plug, and I think this set came from Strand bags, about $30. Whoop, dropped it, but it's all interchangeable, so depending on where you're going. If I can get that on, doesn't seem to want to go on, that one, there we go. But yeah, all interchangeable. So we've actually got 2 of those. This one's a bit faster. This one, pick up from Kmart for about $20, I think it was. This one's not a fast charger, so you can get faster, but it's about double the price. I think it's about around the $40 mark. But again, you've got all the adapters, the interchangeable adapters there that are handy to have, and you've actually got 5 USB ports in there. It's very handy to have. So again, Southeast Asia, we probably wouldn't take this to Western type countries. Bushmans. This one we use for the kids. It only has about a 20% DEET rating. This one we use on ourselves, 80% DEET. Both of these include sunscreen as well, so handy to have. We did try, in Bali, we did try the local one, which actually does feel a lot nicer on the skin, actually smells a lot nicer. But if you do a quick Google search, you'll find that it'll actually tell you that to be effective, insect repellent needs to have at least a 20% DEET ingredient or equivalent in tropical areas. So I think the Sofel, I think it's pronounced, it's only about 11 or 12%. So while it might work, you'd have to be putting it on a lot more often. The other thing we take with insects, these little patches. So these things, like, we'll stick them on bed heads, we'll stick them on our backpacks or crossbody bags when we're out and about. Who knows if they work or not, but anything's worth a try not to get dengue fever from what I've heard. We also take these with us. Again, I know you can get activated charcoal tablets quite cheap in a lot of these countries, but it's always handy to have them with you, because in case something goes wrong, you're not having to do a mad dash to a pharmacist or to try and find some. Now, no matter where we go, we use TSA locks on our luggage. I know if someone really wants to get into your luggage, these probably aren't going to stop them, but it's really a visual deterrent for that opportunistic type theft. So we keep that on everything. To keep passports and things safe, we actually have this little lock safe. So this is detachable, and if you can find something in the accommodation that you're staying in, I don't know, maybe if you can get under the bed and wrap that through a bed slat or something like that, or the leg of something, wrap it around the leg of something that's really heavy. You can set your own pin on it. So when we're away, we just lock things like our passports and house keys and things like that in it. Sometimes even just put that within the suitcase and then it's locked with those. Again, I imagine if someone really wanted to get into these, it's probably not going to stop it, but it's mainly, they're just that opportunistic theft, just to try and prevent that. Southeast Asia, again, we just take a basic first aid kit with us. Handy to have, again, just in case if something goes wrong, you're not having to rush around to try and find bandages or something like that. You've already got them with you. We also take, and this will probably come with us no matter where we go actually, is just a luggage weight. I know most hotels and things like that will have a luggage scale anyway, but say like our next trip to Bali in particular, we're staying in a villa, so I imagine we probably won't have access to a luggage scale. So this just helps us. It's actually pretty accurate. It's only about $10, I think, from Coles this came from. Just helps us on that last night, pack all the bags, weigh them, and change things around if we need to. Oh, I dropped it, sorry. The other thing we'll take is just your little over-shoulder bags. Now, particularly in Southeast Asian countries, don't wear that over your back. Pickpocketers are very, very good at what they do. And if you're wearing that on your back, or just loosely over your shoulder, that whole bag can get swiped, or somebody will get into it quickly without you possibly even knowing it. So you always wear it across the front. That way you've always got eyes on it, so it makes it much harder for people to steal your stuff. So as I said, the other thing we take with us is Colostrum Tablets, which you can get from Chemist Warehouse. I don't actually have any here, but I'll put up a screenshot for you now. Now, this isn't quite the same thing as Travelan. It has the same active ingredient, but Travelan has a few extra things chucked in there as well to help prevent traveller's diarrhea. You just simply take them, probably half an hour to an hour before you plan to eat, and it's supposed to line your stomach and help stop the absorption of anything bad. Who knows if it works or not, but Travelan is, for a family of 4, particularly when you're going for an extended period, gets a little bit sort of on the expensive side, whereas the Super Colostrum's a little bit cheaper, and as I said, it has the same active ingredient. So probably not quite as effective as Travelan, but would have to be pretty close. So that's our travel kit basically. Most of it is for Southeast Asia. A lot of it we probably wouldn't take for Western type countries. If you've got any tips, anything we might have missed, anything you can suggest that will help keep us even safer, drop a comment, let everyone know, share the knowledge. Hopefully we've been able to help you today. Safe travels and hope to see you in the next video.